Then when you've got Angel screaming, Angel does it again. And
That was something, right?
That was something.
I'm sorry, you canceled the support for the game a month ago.
Why would they even host a trade?
I don't know.
And I sit down and he picks up one donut and eats it. So you want to like QA games?
When the rubber meets the road, they're gonna be like, oh my god, I don't like seeing Mario get his skull smashed.
Oh, I would love
It
to see
doesn't
that.
work.
I would love to see
Yeah,
that.
again, like I said.
Welcome to BattlefieldOne Podcast, the best Battlefield-related podcast on the planet. Literally, we're the best Battlefield-related podcast on this planet. So, my name is Tom, also known as the Lanky Soldier. I am being joined by Ray Edmunds. Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to the podcast, boys and girls. We're gonna talk about some interesting stuff. So, what are we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about the investor call. Woo! We love investor calls. We love money. we love some stuff. Yeah, an EA investor call happened. Some stuff came out that we're gonna talk about that. And the release date, we discussed, even though we talked about the release date last episode, but this time with a bit more in depth.
We speculate further on what would be the best release window.
Well, me and Andrew were predicting some stuff. I was right on certain cases, so we're gonna talk about that. Some leaks, not important and everything, because a playtest happened yesterday, but yeah, whatever. And the main topic of today's episode is basically just us talking about a subscription thing that got leaked a month ago called Battlefield Pro. So, what Battlefield Pro is? Well, you have to listen to the podcast and understand what the hell is that. It's like another subscription, like what? On a full game, a full price game? Like, oof, I mean, it is a juicy topic. But
Stay tuned for the juicy details, kids. And, now that having been said, on with the show.
That too. And before we go into the show, just like I said, check out Patreon. That you can know more about it in the middle of the show. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Support us and everything. Our socials and everything in the description, show notes. And that's kind of it. So, thank you guys for listening and enjoy the conversations we have. First topic of the day. Investor call! We love investor calls! We fucking love it! Woohoo! Investor calls! I love me some investor calls! I love
me some bullshit.
I love me when some rich people telling me how my stocks are doing. Maximizing that shareholder value. Don't you love life, Ray? You love capitalism? I love fucking capitalism.
I love it. While we're on the subject, let me pull the ticker up and see how that earnings call actually helped their asses out.
Actually, good point. And was it quarterly podcast meeting of how EA stock is doing after the investor call? Oh, it's down by 2% today. Fantastic.
Wow. When was the call again?
3 days ago.
3 days ago, so that would be the 6th. Well, they went from 163 to a share down to about 155 a share, so that earnings call probably didn't do them much of a good. They're still sitting in the mid 150 ranges right now, so they're down since the 6th, which would be about 3 days ago. Excuse me, from recording of this. So yeah. That just comes to show you folks that earnings calls don't necessarily mean, big dick green candles on your old chart there, but it's Electronic Arts. What do you expect?
Yeah. So anyway, for all the new listeners listening, we always make fun of investor calls because they always just nonsensical corporate jargon that mean nothing.
Some would say this is a quarterly tradition.
Yeah, it kind of becoming a quarterly tradition. Like every time there's a EA investor call or something like that, we always hear making fun of it, and just like
the first 5 minutes of this podcast. We're pretty much just like, what did Android Wilson say today to try and drum up some money from the impatient plebeians that frolic and throw their money at Electronic Arts in an attempt for a quick return on investment.
And then you have people, YouTubers and everywhere, like no matter where you're from, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, wherever, there's always gonna be like, oh, what we learn from the investor call? Andrew Wilson says this.
Abso-fucking-lutely nothing.
So it means this and this and that, and let's speculate. Oh, he says that, so must be mean that. I'm like, no, just chill.
I will give you in 3 points. Having not even listened to that earnings call, I can tell you what the fine points were. We are making the most entertaining products we potentially and possibly can with the talent that we have on hand. We are projecting releases of certain products within a certain time frame in order to hope to correlate with you having any return on investment. And 3, we here at Electronic Arts are again dedicated to making the most entertaining entertainment we could possibly entertain out of our entertainment holes. That's it. That's all there is to it. That's pretty much every single EA earnings call in a nutshell. Unless there is a game that they know that they have announced that they're getting ready to release, Andrew Wilson does not mention that at all in the calls at all. It's just we're dedicated to maintaining our IPs and our franchises and blah 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 blah. Things that don't make any that mean absolutely nothing. They don't even really mean anything to the shareholders. It's supposed to be just some words that come out, hit your ear hole, and tickle your little brain back here, and then your reptilian brain goes, ooh!
Yeah, give me
and
money.
hopefully the money comes flying back.
Yep. So basically, jokes aside, what was discussed or what was mentioned at the investor call about Battlefield? Because it's a Battlefield podcast, so of course we're going to talk about Battlefield. So what was announced about the Battlefield? Not much, funny enough, which is, I kind of predicted that. I was right about one thing, but I'll mention that later. So, apparently, they say the reveal for this game, official reveal, not Battlefield Labs or whatever, but the official reveal will be at some big summer event this year. So maybe in a month, maybe 2, like, so some big event will happen in the summer, and there will reveal the next Battlefield game. Now,
I mean, they're not wrong. I mean, the big event was Rockstar just threw out a trailer, so now everybody is like reeling and grabbing their balls from the swift kick that they just got. I mean, regardless of the fact that GTA 6 is now a year out, I mean, this is, regardless of whether you people want to realize it or not, but that is a shark in the water. That is a dangerous shark in the water. And like we were talking during pre-production, like I am dead serious when I sit here and say this. Like if you are a game developer, independent or not, you need to stop, shut up, and listen. And this is coming from, people who have their ears to the ground for the most part in a lot of communities, okay? From April to July, you ain't releasing shit. And if you do, nobody's going to remember it. Because come May 26th, you're forgotten about.
There's one.
People are going to be snorting coke lines in Vice City, trying to or losing their minds on YouTube over this fucking game. Like this is the pinnacle release for gaming. It's Grand Theft Auto. It was like this with GTA 5. If anybody could, tune their brain cells to remember in the Wayback Machines about how shit was back then. If your game came out within 2 months either side of what GTA 5 came out, you were forgotten about, and it's gonna happen again. So anybody who's got the arrogance to think that you're going to compete with that, get real and hopefully get fucked, because that hubris is a bitch.
There's one publisher that literally wants to release a game when GTA 6 is going to be released, and that's Digital Revolver. They literally said...
I mean, of course Digital Devolver, because that's their shtick, okay? Only Digital Devolver could get away with that, because again, they're like the antithesis of Rockstar at this point. Those two are like cousins right now, okay? They might as well be. Those are the cousins that you go to the family event and they're constantly just getting into shit and destroying shit and just being crazy at the fucking family reunions, okay? That's Rockstar and Devolver Digital. Them doing that makes sense.
It's just,
but any other, forget it.
It's just so fun. I'm trying to find it. No, wait, is it? I'm trying to find the fucking tweet because it was so funny to me. They retweeted that announcement when GTA 6 is coming out, and joke's on you, you can't escape us. We're releasing a game on the exact same day, you can't escape. I'm like, okay.
And I know there's going to be some people that are sitting out there and going, well, what do you mean? I mean, it's just Grand Theft Auto. And I mean, so I'm sure there's some people out there who have no clue what this game is or anything like that. So, you're going to make a racing game? Sorry, Grand Theft Auto has racing. You're going to make a shooter game? Grand Theft Auto is shooting. You're going to make a flight sim game? Grand Theft Auto has flights.
Like,
has flying things.
Jokes aside, I'm probably the person that doesn't really care about GTA that much. I'm like, I had my fix with GTA 5, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'll probably play GTA 6 at one point, but I'm not gonna be the person.
Yeah, when it comes to PC, because we ain't buying.
Oh
no
yeah, that too.
console
Yeah,
for that
I completely forgot. Yeah, Andre is thinking buying a console, just for that game. Sure, he wants to buy a freaking console for that. Sure, that don't care.
I mean, that is all on you.
Yeah, all
you
on
are
you.
more
I'll
than
wait.
welcome
Yeah,
to do
I'll
that
wait.
shit. But like, I stopped doing that. I used to do that with Metal Gear back in the day, and it just. But then again, it made sense because PC gaming wasn't really my thing at the time. So trading up a console every generation for the next iteration of Metal Gear was my thing. But nowadays, I have a fucking $1,500 gaming rig sitting on my desk in there in my living room right now. You really think I'm going to go out and spend $800 on a fucking console just to play one game?
Yeah.
No.
I mean, yeah, we're a different audience, I guess. But anyway, going back on the Battlefield conversation. So basically, a reveal will happen this summer for the new Battlefield game. Now, before we continue with everything else, because all makes sense because there's loads of stuff to go through. But what are expectations for the reveal?
Big, flashy, pre-rendered videos with some gameplay spliced in, maybe a nice little voiceover tied over. We're bringing Battlefield back for the Battlefield community. Coming soon. Shit like that. It's going to be just every other bog standard. Here it is. There's going to be a lot of pomp. There's going to be a lot of circumstance. There's probably not going to be very much substance. And that's that. The substance is going to come when we start getting access to the playtest builds and shit like that. Because we know better now. And EA should know this at this point too. Flashy trailers and shit like that don't impress us no more. They don't. We want to see where the rubber meets the road. We want to know how to gun shoot. We want to know how the gameplay is. We want to know what we can and can't destroy. That's what we want to see. We don't. I mean, if you're going to do a storyline and you're going to make a nice little story reveal trailer and shit like that, by all means, do it. I'm all for it. Because that's a part of revealing a single-player game. But when it comes to the multiplayer side of it, don't expect me to just be like, oh, great game, based off of like 35 to 40 seconds of fucking gameplay.
Don't think they're gonna show any single-player stuff on the reveal. I don't think so because it's still too early.
No, I don't think so either.
Yeah, because it's too early. Because, like, if you're a new listener, let me just recap what I've been saying for the last 35+ episodes. Since the closure of Ridgeline Studios, more than a year and a half ago, I think.
Yeah.
Since that studio got closed down, that was designed to make a single-player game for the next Battlefield game. Since that closure of the studio, I have zero hope for this single-player. I'm not expecting a good single-player whatsoever. Story-wise, God knows. You can write a good story in 10 minutes if you're really good. That being said, I don't think the single-player is going to be that good. It surprised me, of course. Like, I hope I'm wrong. I love to be wrong because me and you.
There could have been enough work done before they got shut down. That,
yeah. Like,
it's enough to piece together.
I guess, yeah, but again, you're picking up.
I don't see it being anything good. I don't.
No,
and again, we could be wrong. We've been wrong before.
Yeah. So basically, it depends what event is it. If it's a reveal like a 5 minutes just explanation video like they did with Battlefield Labs, fine, that's cool. Like with some gameplay footage there, interviews from the developers, explaining what's the game all about, all that kind of stuff. Sure, I can see that being a really, really nice reveal. And
here's what I think it's gonna be. This is exactly what I think it's gonna be. The first 35 to 40 seconds of the reveal video is just going to be footage from old Battlefield games. And then you're going to be led into like a quick quippy developer interview at about the 1 minute mark, and then before you know it, you're going to start seeing some pre-rendered and scripted gameplay footage coming through in the background while they're talking about how much they've innovated the franchise and how much they're trying to innovate further in the franchise, and all of that wank, and that's going to continue on. And then finally, we're going to get something of substance, like the last 15 to 45 seconds, where we're going to see, like, I don't know, a big building being demolished. Or they're gonna throw something out that last 35, 40 seconds to kind of just to hook us. and that's going to be the reveal. If it's not somewhere in that ballpark, it's going to be close to that. So, there you go.
Do we think they're gonna?
Pardon me, it hasn't rained in a while.
Do we think they're gonna do some sort of CGI trailer, just like a 2-minute CGI trailer? Do we think they're gonna do that?
Probably with scripted with like I said, with scripted gameplay from the testers and shit like that. It's gonna be just like that. That's how, because that's usually how it always is. And for a company that, I hate to say this, and for a company that says that they break the mold, which they do. I mean, DICE has always kind of been known for breaking molds. They seem to be very stick in the mud when it comes to their reveals and marketing. It's the same shit every time. We're going to have this nice orchestrated little video, and we're all just going to, hi, I'm the developer at it's Such Studios, and I am proud to announce today our newest contribution to the Battlefield franchise, and you're sitting there with a big old grin on your damn face, because, I mean, you're proud of what you're doing, proud to have it out, I get it, but, you guys gotta switch it up some. That's all I'm saying.
So, with the investor call, EA CEO said, I quote, with the GTA 6 being delayed, he says, Andrew Wilson, I think now, without going too far, we believe that the window is clearer than it was before, and we feel very good about launching Battlefield. It's a bit unfinished quote, but this is from Charlie Intel. So basically, he says that the game is still scheduled for release this fiscal year before March 2026. So I'm guessing both of us agree that at the reveal they're gonna show they will reveal the date when the game is gonna come out at this reveal. Yeah, I think we both agree on that.
And for this, in order to have any kind of snowball's chance at having any kind of retained traction, because again, this is not a joke. Like we watched this happen with Battlefield 4 when GTA 5 came out. Because again, we've been down this road before. A good chunk of the community was gone from the Battlefield community for a while when GTA 5 came out. I mean, we had platoon members that just up and went completely AWOL because GTA 5 came out. So I have no reason to believe for a second that it's not going to happen again. So let's just say they drop this March 2026, which would kind of be stupid in my eyes. What I think they should be doing is trying to shoot for Christmas of this year, because that's what's going to make the most sense. Because then you have, if you say, let's say early December. Let's say they do this reveal, next month, and they say the reveal date, the launch date is going to be late November, early December, okay? Now, if you go mid-November, that gives you the rest of that month in order to hammer out your launch bugs, get that shit nailed down, because you're going to have to do it and do it quick, or you're going to suffer. I mean, there's no arguing that. That's a fact of the business here, kids. Then you have December, January, February, March, April. Now here we are at May. 6 months. You're out. And you've got multiplayer being established. You got 6 months to get content, to get bugs fixed, to get the hatches buttoned down. Because come May, a storm's going to hit that player base. And you're going to lose players. You might as well just accept that now. And anything that happens to your player base as a result in May, just forget about it. Oh, we lost 30-some thousand players. That's Grand Theft Auto hitting, kids. Just fucking ignore it. They'll come back. I mean, it's a thing. So that doesn't give you a reason to just give up. You keep making the content. You keep buttoning things up. You keep making it better so that when the 9-month mark hits and the honeymoon period from Grand Theft Auto 6 has worn off, because the honeymoon period for a game is usually anywhere from like 3 to 6 months. So about 3 months, people will start wearing off and go, okay, I want to start playing some other shit. Then would be a real good time for you to drop some more content and remind your existing player base, hey, you still own the new Battlefield game. Why don't you come on back? We got some shit going on. We were doing some shit while you were away in Vice City.
Here's the thing. I was right about this, though. I was right that they're not gonna... Okay, so I said they're either gonna reveal the date on the investor call, or they won't reveal the date, and, well, I mean, it's kind of, the obvious choices. But I was right about about the prediction I did last episode with Andre. I said they will not announce the date for the game. They're still going to be very vague about. And the reason they're being vague about, because the game, I don't think is ready for the autumn release or Christmas release. The way I see it now, after this investor call, so I was right about that bit. The way I see it, I think the game will be released February or March next year. That's my prediction. You get your multiplayer sections, you get your typical multiplayer away from, Call of Duties. GTA is still 2-3 months away. Enjoy your multiplayer section with no competition in that year, like in in those months. There's no competition. Battlefield will be the biggest game in that time frame. You have your multiplayer and everything. Okay, GTA 5 releases. Cool. Everyone moves to everyone go to GTA and so on and so on. It's a quiet period in Battlefield for a month or two. Then you drop Battle Royale for the Battlefield game. Like, hey, did you finish the single player for GTA? Great, we have a new Battle Royale coming out in July or August. Come back to us, new season, new content, and so on. And also, it's a kind of perfectly puts them against Call of Duty next year with Modern Warfare 4. So 2-3 months before the new Call of Duty game, it's like. And then you can update more, add more content and so on, and just try to compete with Call of Duty, because Modern Warfare will be a huge game next year. It's gonna be a really huge game, and with Warzone on top, with the changes and everything, because that year will be a really important year for Warzone, because it depends how they're gonna approach it. Is our shit's gonna transfer? What they're gonna do? Apparently, leaks are saying that they're finally gonna cut off the old-gen consoles. That means they have more memory to use. They can do, more stuff with that game.
And those are questions that kind of need to be asked by the GTA community as well, because I mean, not to play devil's advocate on there, but there's no guarantee that GTA 6 Online is going to be as successful as GTA 5 Online.
I think it will be.
Because there's a lot of people who have invested a lot of fucking time and money in their GTA 5 characters, and they might not want to move. Because there's going to be people who won't move.
But it's going to be such a small number. I don't think
it matters. But it is. It is going to be such a niche audience that it's really not going to matter. But still, at the end of the day, I mean, there might be people who got burnt out on GTA 5 Online and then not necessarily want to play GTA 6 Online. Rockstar could have a really horrendously bad problem with cheaters day one. And I'm telling you right now, that's probably going to be a fucking problem.
Doesn't GTA Online doesn't mean it's gonna be on launch day though.
That's also not necessarily true too, because GTA 5, because when GTA 5 came out, GTA Online wasn't immediately ready for it. There's that too. So there's a lot of factors still up in the air.
Yeah, I think GTA Online is gonna come like a couple months
GTA Online, I think, hit like 6 months after release for GTA 5.
Was it that long?
Yeah, it was a bit. It wasn't. I don't think it was that long, but it was a little bit of a wait because they were just Rockstar wanted to finalize some shit, and I think they did it on purpose to give people time to actually play the single player, because the single player in GTA 5, I mean, it's so fucking good, so well involved. But I mean, that's what Rockstar does. That's their bread and butter, baby. I mean, for God's sakes, if you've never played any of the Red Dead games, I mean, you should. I mean, Rockstar is much more than just Grand Theft Auto. I mean, they are a storytelling powerhouse when they want to be. And they've honed their craft. They're good at it. So, I mean, they take time to cook. And it's like a 5-star Michelin meal. It's worth the damn wait, for the most part. But there's still things that could cripple that game on launch date. There's a lot of shit that could cripple that game on launch date. And it could be a number of factors. So, but I don't think it will. I mean, like I said, Rockstar is very good with their shit for the most part. But again, there's no guarantee online's going to be there on launch. So there's no guarantee it's going to be good on launch as far as online is pertaining to. So, but that still doesn't negate the fact that that publishers nowadays still need to start figuring out their release schedule and give their games enough berth to get themselves established and not try to release too close to Grand Theft Auto 6. I mean, it's just period, point blank, end of story. Like I said, in a 4-month time frame, you are not going to be remembered, period. Nobody's going to fucking know who you are.
I'll give it 2 months. Like, that's the period. But, okay, just to end the conversation on this. Your prediction, when the game is going to come out? The Battlefield game.
what's going to make the most sense, what would make the most sense for them would be to get it out before Christmas this year.
Okay,
I will die on that soapbox.
Okay, so that's your prediction. Okay.
When they're probably going to do it is, probably around February, March, like what you're saying it is, because that's giving things a little bit more time to cook. I get it. But fiscally speaking and establishment speaking, I firmly believe they really need to just get it out late November or get it out before Christmas this year. They just need to do it.
I mean, it would make sense, yeah. And especially I heard the new Call of Duty coming out this year. It's not looking good from what I heard. So it's a chance, but I have a feeling that's just not ready. That's the impression I'm getting.
No, that might be it too, and it might be because again, they have this habit of trying to do too much at once. And that could be shooting them in the foot again.
And we all agree. I think everyone agree. Me and Andre agree. Me and Enders and everyone agree. This next Battlefield game, the launch day should be perfect. It needs to be perfect. Sure, don't go too ambitious with the game, but it has to be perfect.
But it needs to be firing on all cylinders the day the launch button is pressed. It can't. And I'm not saying it can't have any bugs or problems because I mean it's a fucking Battlefield game.
It's unavoidable.
The launch is going to have issues. It is a tradition now.
Shitty
it's
tradition.
Not even. At this point, it's like a shitty family tradition that everybody just lovingly participates in anyway because it's a part of the family and it's a thing, and we all have learned to just deal with it. So I mean, everybody's got that shit. But I mean, don't expect perfection. I'm just going to say that right now. I'm not saying put your bar so low that you can only put a slip of paper underneath of it, but don't set it so damned high that your expectations are going to be shattered. I prefer to just say have none. But, yeah.
Yeah. Well, okay.
Not everyone's a cynic.
I'm still believing that they're going to do February or March just because the way Andrew Wilson's talking about this, he's just being very vague. And this is one of the first time I see EA being this vague. That means they're really actually worried about this in some shape or form. They're actually worried. And yeah, maybe they're not ready. And we're going to talk about the leaks quickly, but yeah, I don't think they're ready. Also,
I would hope their worry means that they're actually caring.
Yeah, I want to believe, yeah. And anyway, so moving on, just to a quick mention that also EA says that they will not increase the price of the games to $80 yet. So this is from Battlefield Bulletin, and he basically says, according to Andrew Wilson's comments, EA is in a far different world than just 10 years ago. That's what he says. I quote, "We now have a pricing representing everything from free-to-play all the way to deluxe editions and beyond. While it's true that the selling physical copies of games in a plastic box and retail shelves is still part of our business, it's a significantly small part of our business." So he basically says the initial price tag of $70-$80 doesn't really matter because, long story short, microtransactions, boy, that's where all the money is.
Yeah, that's basically saying the quiet part out loud. Well, what's the quiet part? The quiet part is what he said is I'm making a fuck ton of money.
Yep.
That's basically what I gleaned from that. I'm making a fuck ton of money. And for me to just charge you $80 for a game, what do I care? Because this, like he pointed out and he said, while physical media is not a major part of our business model, it is still a part of our business model. Okay, well, one of the biggest expenses is physical media. The printing, the pressing, the packaging, the design for all that shit, all of it. With a digital download, you just need 12 screenshots and a fucking thumbnail and a YouTube video, and you're good to go. And just here's the download.
Also, I remember there was a joke in our friend group. My dude bought a physical copy of some game, right? It was cheaper than the digital version of the game.
And it still was just a goddamn download queuer. That's
what it was.
Thing.
Yeah, it was just a box.
That's the thing that people don't fucking understand. It's like you're not... A lot of times with the physical media that you're buying now, like your PlayStation discs and shit like that, I will fucking bet you bar none 99% of those fucking physical copies is literally just a goddamn download link burned to a DVD. Because everybody, well, I just fucking bought the game and I got to download a day one patch. Like, bitch, you ain't downloading the day one patch. You downloading the fucking game.
It's just so funny that the physical one.
Because it's got to install, doesn't it? Does it install? Because if it installs, then don't tell me they can't hide a download function in the background while it's installing. Because these consoles have to have online all the fucking time. Like, come on, people. Use your brains. You're not buying the game. Like, the apocalypse is going to come, and you're not going to be able to throw your PS5 disc in and play that shit.
Yeah.
I'm going to be chilling with my Nintendo.
A piece of plastic is cheaper than a fucking digital download. The world we live in.
But yet they still wanted to use those costs. But yet this is the other thing that people forget. They still kept using those costs as an excuse to jack the price up to $60 in the first fucking place.
Yeah.
Go back and look. Go back and look when they made $60 the fucking standard from $50. What was the excuse? Well, the cost of physical print media is going up, so our prices need to be reflective of that. Well, now here we are. The price point's fixing to be $80, and y'all are getting rid of physical media for the most part. It ain't the labor that's gone up in order to justify a $20 per unit cost for a fucking download. A download.
Yep. But
so
also,
what is the problem?
Also, the way I see it, like I said, we going back on the previous conversation we talked about, that they actually seem worried about this game in some shape or form. Which means they fucking give a damn.
Means they give a damn, or they think something is in that game that we are not gonna fucking like.
They probably also, but they also need to get the trust back from the player base and the player, and the community and the gamers and everything. Like, hey, it's a good Battlefield game. Why not get for like a bit cheaper than your other games that $80? Why not just get like this? Hey, you will save $10, but damn, you're gonna have so much fun playing this game.
It would be the smartest thing in the world for them to launch this game at a $60 price point, okay? We know it. There's going to be microtransactions. There's going to be season passes. So you mean to tell me, Electronic Arts, you can't swallow a $20 loss per download, which isn't even really a fucking loss if you think about it, okay? You mean to tell me you can't swallow that per download to make yourself stand out in the market against your competitors? If you throw your game out for the initial download cheaper than the rest of your competitors, you're going to net sales, volume sales. I mean, there it is right there. And then on top of that, you're going to have microtransactions. You're going to have fucking... you're going to have all of this shit. Oh, well, people who are going after a cheaper game aren't necessarily going to buy the microtransactions. True. But here's the thing. There's still going to be those people that are going to spend ridiculous amounts of money on that shit. And what you're failing to understand is the install base of those people who were turned away from an $80 game that have now just spent $50. Let's just say you get one sale for $80, okay? Tell me which one is going to make more. You get player A, who spends $80 on the base game, spends $20 on cosmetics, and $10 a month on a pass, okay? All in all, in grand total, that player is spending about $220 in 1 year for that game. That is how much money you've made in 1 year off one person, okay? Now, you have 4 people who buy the game at $50 a pop because those people wouldn't normally have bought the game at $80. And now they go, oh shit, well, I bought the base game for $50. Well, now I want to buy some cosmetics for $20. Does everybody see where this is going? If you let the base game go out for a little bit cheaper, people are going to be a little bit more inclined in order to want to buy some cosmetics, at least at some point, and you're still going to make more money on the volume. Stop whale chasing, you whores. Fucking math.
Also, fun. I mean, people will buy. Well, I mean, it kind of goes to the. It's from previous episode conversation I had with Andre, because he said that he's not willing to pay for cosmetic in a game if he knows that cosmetic is not gonna be good in a year or two, and he knows that the new Battlefield game is coming out, nothing will transfer. Who cares, right? Why should I buy cosmetic? It doesn't matter. I'll just pay for Battlefield. I don't care. If they can if they can bring that trust that, hey, the shit you buy won't disappear anytime soon.
It's value. They need to establish value with what they are making, with what they're asking people in order to purchase. And you're absolutely right. That's another good point. And that, for me personally, is a reason why I don't sink a shitload of money into cosmetics and stuff. Because when the game's over, they don't come with me. Now, I understand from a marketing perspective that's a great thing, because throwaway culture that we live in and nowadays is just, oh, well, it's done, it's dead, just get rid of it and buy new again. Ha 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 ha, how wasteful. This concept has made its way into video gaming, where you could spend 4 or 5 years investing in a game, and then all of a sudden the publisher will just go, well, the next iteration's coming out, and now, okay, let's say hypothetically you're some whale and you've spent $5,000 on cosmetics and shit. Me personally speaking, if I was that person and 4 years in, I'm only getting $1,000, that's $1,000 a year that you're paying, quintessentially. A little more, but still. I'd be pretty fucking burned on that. I would be more inclined, in order to stick with the previous iteration where I have invested a lot of money. And this is the point that I was getting at earlier with Grand Theft Auto. Because there's going to be those people, and it's going to be a niche audience, but they're going to go, I spent fucking $8,000 on my goddamn Grand Theft Auto 5 account. I'm not doing it again for Grand Theft Auto 6. Some people got divorced because of that,
Wait, is that real?
There were plenty of stories of people, within 2 weeks of GTA Online coming out, where kids were hitting their parents' fucking credit card for shark cards for $2,000 at a shot. There were people who were dumping their fucking life savings out to buy fucking shark cards up for GTA Online cash. I mean, if you give people the tools to be depraved, they will be depraved. It's human nature. So there you go. The problem being is you're a scumbag when you exploit that nature.
I might as well throw this story out. Okay, so I will not give you details and so on. So for a publisher I worked, for one publisher, there was this game. I will not mention which game, but it's a very popular game that comes out every year. People buy not cosmetics, just they buy microtransactions in that game, right? There was this dude.
Oh, I know this story.
From a certain country. My dude spends $130K on microtransactions every fucking year on the new game. I was shown that data. And we were making fun of oh, this guy spends $130K every year on this franchise to do something.
And that's wild.
And we were making fun of this guy. Oh, this year he spent $128K or 25. I can't remember how it was.
Must have had a good year.
My dude slacking. Must be something happening in his life. It's problems at home, I guess.
That doesn't surprise me, though. I mean, that's that. But those are the types of people that they want to cater more for. And this is a huge problem in every... And it's not just in gaming. It seems to be this seems to be a problem in markets in general. Let's just appease to the big money, even though there's not much big money out there that wants to spend big money. But why aren't we making any money? Well, I mean, okay, McDonald's, when I've got to spend $25 for a fucking burger meal, when I can go to the goddamn grocery store and for that same $25, buy enough hamburger meat, french fries, and toppings and shit in order to make that meal 5 fucking times over, you've priced yourself out of your market.
Yep.
And if I ain't got the money to buy it, I ain't got the money to buy it. That's all there is to it. It's just dumb. I mean, I get it. You want to hit the lottery and you want to make some fucking money, but it seems to be the concept of volume sales is just gone. Let's just make a shitload of money on one big fucking purchase, and then we can just cash out and be done. And it's this weird instant gratification bullshit, and I don't like it. I don't like it at all. People need to stop.
All right, before we continue to the next topic, I'm just gonna say we need to give word to our sponsors. Ray, talk about Patreon.
Surprise! This was not timestamped. We hope you're enjoying the show so far, but we need to stop for a second and tell you about some important stuff. And now that we have your attention, it's time to tell you all about our amazing Patreon that is helping us keep the show going. Patreon.com/TheLankySoldier.
But yeah, episode 47. You paid for this.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I don't care.
In my defense, I didn't know it was broken or it was going to break upon squeezing it gently. Battlefield 1 podcast was rebooted in March of 2023. We learned a lot of lessons from our previous shows that consisted of 41 episodes, and we've been building amazing foundations for the future with this current show. There's a reason why we're the best Battlefield-related podcast available on Spotify and anywhere else. We've also had the honor of being listened to by DICE, Ripple Effect, and other developers as well. Now, we want to share even more with you through our Patreon.
And I've never seen her. So I will be like crying and yelling, and I will not be the same person I am right now.
Yeah, I don't think I'm ready for that kind of emotion. I know we're emotionally close and everything, but I don't think we're that emotionally close.
Yeah, that will be an experience of its own.
We want to thank everyone that has joined as a free member or subscribed to our Patreon in the last year. The support is greatly appreciated, always was, and always will be. It's amazing, and it only motivates us to continue with our Battlefield journey. By simply becoming a free member or even subscribing to any paid tier, you're not only supporting the show, but you're also getting a lot of content back in return.
Right, because Call of Duty gets so annoying sometimes, I actually got so desperate I installed League of Legends again.
Oh my god. The perks of any tier is you'll get ad-free early access to all of our future episodes. You can already listen to the previous episodes ads-free as well, simply by being a free member. There's no more waiting, no more interruptions, just pure unfiltered Battlefield content straight to your ear holes, from our mouth holes, and anywhere else. You know, it's amazing, isn't it?
The only reason why CTE did as well as it did back in the day, guys, is because it wasn't locked down to secrecy. Those that couldn't participate were still able to see what was going on. That's the point that I'm getting at right now.
We're also giving you a behind-the-scenes look at what goes into making the Battlefield 1 podcast or any other content we produce, from planning sessions to recording mistakes and everything in between. You'll get an insider's perspective on how we bring each episode to life pretty much from start to finish.
And the reason why I'm saying
I'm
that,
sorry.
Yeah, it's your fault.
It's all my fault.
It's all your fault, Ray. How did you ruined the whole show? We need to cancel it again.
Just gotta can it for another 8 months again. Just appear out of nowhere with
Yeah, we need to
different
cancel
set
it
of
again.
colors.
Ray, what the fuck did you do?
And that's only Battlefield. We're also offering access to our exclusive Patreon podcast series, The Live Gaming Gathering. This is a show where friends and special guests get together and talk about everything from the video game industry to movies and, whatever else is on our minds at that particular time. With more than 40 episodes already available, there's hours upon hours of content for you to listen to.
All right, I think we need to move on because we've been kind of on this subject for about the last 15 minutes now.
Yeah.
We got a couple of things in order.
Are you feeling better now? Let this
Yes,
thing off.
Yeah, you got that
I
off
do
your
feel.
chest.
I do feel better. Oh no, wait, one more thing. For example, Angela. No, we were in
I'm not
discussion.
going to mention any names.
Trust me, these are some of the most fun and amazing conversations we have ever had on the show. Because it's just us being us, relaxed and actually having fun. Almost like you're sitting alongside us with the conversation. Yeah.
So the reaction from the Fortnite community is like, okay, every time we see a Cybertruck in the server, it's our mission to drop everything we're doing and send that player back to the lobby.
We also believe in keeping our patrons informed, so we post monthly recaps to let you know what you probably missed during last month's episode, and we're making sure that you're not missing anything important. Just recently, we opened a brand new Discord server where people can talk to each other and get all of the latest updates about our content or the Lanky Soldier channel. Find the link in the description of this episode or at our Patreon. No subscription needed.
You are as a
You
player.
have been measured.
Yeah, you've been measured.
Because we're confident that you'll love the content we're creating, we're offering a free trial that you can use at any time. We believe we're making good content that will make you stay, and we would not be offering free trials if we didn't think so.
I've seen a lot of people like literally get excited, like, you know what? This looks very familiar, clearly ripped from somewhere, but damn it, that looks good.
So, if you want to support the show and get all of these amazing extras, head on over to patreon.com/TheLankySoldier. Your support means the world to us and helps us keep delivering the content that you enjoy. Thank you for being part of the Battlefield community, and thank you for being a part of our community, and we look forward to seeing you on our Patreon. Now, let's get back to the show.
Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Hi, everybody!
Yeah, thank you, Ray, for that amazing ad for the Patreon. Alright, okay, so next topic is, okay, playtest happened yesterday, right? And I'm not gonna talk about it too much because there's not much to talk about the playtest that happened yesterday.
And like a Chinese concrete dam, there were some leaks.
Yeah, there was some leaks and everything. Long story short, they played Breakthrough on 2 maps. One of them was not that good, one of them was good. And it was 48 players instead of 64, which is actually not a bad thing, honestly. I kind of like that.
Breakthrough, hell yeah.
Yeah, because people's like, oh, Breakthrough has to be 64, 128 players. I'm like, I used to play Rush 12-on-12, and it was the most fun I ever had in my life because it just works. And I hate Breakthrough with passion because of this clusterfuck of 64 players just fighting each other for like random particles clashing, and I guess with the term a winner, there's no skill, nothing. It's just brain dead mode.
I smile at that because I thrive on chaos. Get good, scrub.
True, but I don't have any dopamine. It's just a brain dead mode to me. That's all it is. Anyway,
Yeah,
if
fair
people love Breakthrough, that's fine. I think Breakthrough works great when it's like Battlefield 1, some sort of cinematic experience. I think
Yeah,
that
like
works.
a story-driven thing.
Yeah, that works better, I
that's-
think. If it's just a mode, just like, oh, 2 objectives, go capture, you know.
What am I doing this for?
Whatever. And apparently there was some technical issues with his reg and detection, all that kind of stuff. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it because this is alpha. This will change. They're doing this on purpose. They're testing it. Like, it's no point talking about technical issues.
Hell,
in
you
the
don't
alpha
even
yet.
know if like that lag and problems was intentional because they could be stress testing networks and,
That too,
and
yeah,
netcode and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
So you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Like, so I'm not gonna talk about technical issues and everything. So anyway, playtest happened. Breakthrough is a playable mode, and it was 48 players in 664, and I actually do not mind that, honestly. But yeah, that if we learn something new, actually wait, let me quickly check if there's anything new on my leak
I
thing.
sincerely doubt it.
No, nothing. Nothing important. Go to okay. I'm checking all my channels and everything for leaks. Like everyone, like people telling me stuff. No, not important.
Nothing
Anyway.
of substance, nothing to
Yeah,
worry about.
anyway,
like,
yeah.
it's like we said, it's all going to get fixed or it's going to change. I mean, it's talking about shit that's in these leaks. It's kind of pointless because at this
Yeah,
point,
it's pointless.
It's
now,
like
yeah.
it's like going, oh my god, the water's boiling and it's clear. Like, well, no shit.
Although I have
Nobody,
although,
we haven't put the pasta in yet, motherfucker. Chill.
Although someone did ask, hey guys, tell me how's the playtest and everything, how's the game? And someone said, that, oh, it's like Medal of Honor Warfight with Battlefield 3 on top or something like that. Like which is a good combo, honestly. I love both of those games, and Battlefield 3 like that plays like Medal of Honor Warfight. Fuck yeah, let's go. I love that. I love
Yeah,
both
let's
these
do
games.
this. Let's
Yeah.
go, baby.
Let's go, fucking baby. That sounds fun. And then I want to say the last map they on the not this previous playtest, like before that, they revealed a new map, I think called Capstone, and it literally gives me Medal of Honor vibes, like Medal of Honor 2010 vibes. It's like in the mountains, like, you know, Afghanistan-like location. It's like, yeah, like it's cool. But anyway, that's, who cares, leaks, whoever, just not important. We'll learn nothing from it, it's not important. We'll change stuff. But I do want to talk about this. So something else got leaked, but this got leaked maybe a month ago, maybe, and I was waiting for us to talk about it in more depth because I personally find this really interesting, and people don't really grasp what is being leaked here and what is being discussed here, and people just come up with like their own explanations, like, oh, this is like this then. No. So in the last month, a thing got leaked from the game files called Battlefield Pro. What Battlefield Pro, you might think, is? Well, from what it seems, it's some sort of subscription thing that will come, well, maybe will come, maybe. It's all leaks, we don't know. But they're definitely working on something that is called Battlefield Pro. And it's a subscription thing, it seems like from the data that they leaked. Now, you have a full price game, Battlefield game, right? And then you add a subscription thing called Battlefield Pro. So anyone that been playing Call of Duty, everyone's gonna be like, people that don't play other games, just play these 2 games, or they read about it and everything, they presume that's the way it is. So with people with limited knowledge, they think this is Call of Duty Black Cell with a Battlefield twist on it. From this, what it got leaked, this is not correct. This is not the way it is. Here's an example. In Call of Duty Black Cell, when a new season starts in Call of Duty, you can buy a thing called Black Cell, right? And it costs $30. So every season you pay $30 to get the Battle Pass, some currency, skins, something else I don't remember. Oh, it's the Battle Pass tiers, and basically that's it. That's a one-time purchase for one season. $30, and you get like all stuff extra on top, right? With the Battle Pass. Like if you buy a normal Battle Pass, you get like the Battle Pass, right? But with Black Cell, you get a Battle Pass and you get loads of shit extra on top. One-time purchase. But what is being leaked here Let me just open that thing so I can just like look at it properly. Battlefield Pro is basically like Fortnite Crew. So Fortnite Crew has a subscription thing too. So I'm a Fortnite Crew subscriber since it came out, so 2+ years now. Fortnite Crew is basically a monthly subscription that gives you the battle passes, all the battle passes that are in the game. So you have your Fortnite normal battle pass, you have your OG, festival, all that kind of stuff. You get all the battle passes, right? You get a monthly skin. So every time you subscribe for that month, you get an exclusive skin. You get currency, and the longer you've been subscribed to, you get more skins, of course, for the next month. But you also get like styles for the previous skins that you already own, that's what it is. And you pay $10 a month. Now, it works great in Fortnite because Fortnite is a free-to-play game. And I'm a subscriber of that game because, like, listen, I don't really... Like, what's the point for me to buy, currency in the game that I play, free-to-play, if I can subscribe to the, like a normal any subscription, $10 a month, free-to-play game, get these skins, get the currency and everything, because I play Fortnite on a regular basis. For me, it makes sense. And it's a good deal, because it's actually a really good deal. And they're adding more perks as time goes on. So the subscription of Fortnite Crew that was like 2 years ago is so much different now than it was back then, because now it's a much better deal, because you have like 4 battle passes a month. You get skins and everything, your currency, and you get battle passes for other games Epic Games owns. Like you get the battle pass for Rocket League, so you technically you get battle passes for different games, and just $10 a month. So Black Cell from Call of Duty and Fort.
I like this concept. I like this thing, but at the same time, I kind of don't, because I'm one of those people who hates paying for shit that I'm never gonna use. So to me, this would be how. Okay, this is how it looks. Okay. Let's break this down.
Before I'm just gonna finish, so people understand why I'm even mentioning all this. What's the difference? So Battlefield Pro is like Fortnite Crew. So apparently, from these leaks, it says Battlefield Pro includes a battle pass, get all the perks, rewards from the battle pass, addition to extra exclusive content. Yep. 6 exclusive instant unlocks, instant access to Battlefield Pro exclusive cosmetics, so yeah, you get skins. 10% Battle Pass XP faster, you can finish the Battle Pass faster. Portal hosts a persistent server, that's actually interesting. So does it mean you won't be able to host a server unless you subscribe to Battlefield Pro? That's an interesting thing. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's a funny one. Of course, you get tier skips. Exclusive bonus pads, so you get like another battle pass on top, I guess. Like it's like the same as Black Cell, I guess. Like you just get the extra skins on top, and you get some extra challenges to do. And what it says, access to Battlefield Pro Challenged Vault, unlock exclusive cosmetics, blah blah blah. Okay, so yeah, okay, so you listen to the Pro radio station. Okay, I don't know what the hell that is. Was it like licensed music?
What is it? 2 VTubers just fucking sitting there trying to be disc jockeys? Oh, here is the next hit that you selected, and we don't even know.
Could be licensed music though. Fuck knows. Maybe licensed music in the game. I don't know. I mean, could I guess. Know. I mean, hey, if I can blast, I don't know, let's say Nicki Minaj for example, while I'm in a tank, while I'm killing noobs. Let's go.
I will never be your fucking gunner.
No, you will be my fucking gunner. And I hope the server can hear that they hear Nicki Minaj in the background. It's like, oh shit, Lanky is coming. Let them know. Let them fucking know.
No, what would happen would be a bunch of transport helicopters coming over the hill, blaring "Fortunate Son."
Oh yeah, let's
right.
go. But
I mean, all right. I don't know how I really feel about this concept, because again, because on one hand, it's a lot of shit that you're getting for $10 a month. I mean, if you
assuming this is $10.
Assuming that's what the price point is for it. I mean, even at $20, it still doesn't sound half bad for that price. I probably
for a month
wouldn't go for it. Yeah, for a month.
I think that's already too much. For a month.
Well, I mean, we pay monthly people buy monthly battle passes for $20 a pop. They don't fucking bat an eye at it. So asking $20 for a subscription isn't really that much more of a fucking stretch.
the reason I'm okay with $10 a month is because it's $10 a month. It's some sort
Because it's $10 a month, right? Well, we were fine with it when it was $5 a month. We were fine with it when it was $1 per microtransaction.
If it increases,
Do
I
you
don't
see
think
what
I
I'm
would.
getting at?
Yeah, and
We've already been conditioned to be okay with this shit. It's just a matter of time before they go, here it is, $20 a month. Now, for the amount of shit that you're getting for that hypothetical $20 a month, I mean, server hosting, a cross-platform battle pass, cross-game battle passes and shit like that. All right, realistically speaking, that's not a bad deal, because if you would try to break everything down per item, what their individual value would be if you were to try to buy it from the store, let's just say hypothetically, it's a $10 battle pass across 5 games alone. Let's say that $20 a month battle pass does come with 5 other battle passes for other games. Well, that's $50 right there that you're not paying for those 5 other battle passes. The question is whether you're going to use them or not in order to get that value out of them or not.
Realistically, I don't think there will be any battle passes in this Battlefield Pro thing, because what games they have? Like what games they have? What,
right.
FIFA?
So, but again, that's why in a way it doesn't really make sense at a $20 price point. But it wouldn't surprise me if that's what it ended up being. The thing is they are going to have to make sure that they put enough shit out there to justify that. Because if I feel like a good majority of that shit that's on offer for $20 a month is something that I'm not going to use, I ain't going to pay it. I don't care if you block me out of server hosting. Server hosting isn't that damned important to me, but it is for other people. So if you're going to let that decision-making structure permeate in my head as somebody who doesn't really give a shit, imagine what that's going to do for somebody who does give a shit. So if you're going to do this subscription shit, my biggest suggestion would be is don't be a dick and lock server hosting behind it. That needs to be its own goddamn thing. Period. I don't give a fuck what the spreadsheet says or what marketing says or what anybody in anything to do with monetization says. It needs to be its separate thing. Communities ebb and flow. You do not want to take and fucking ransom that shit and make people have to pay $20 a month for the other shit and not use the server hosting because it just happens to be the community's on break or there's nothing going on or what the fuck ever and there's no reason in order to host a fucking server right now, so nobody's going to do it. Does everybody get what I'm getting at, or am I just fucking crazy here?
No, I get it. But I still think $20 is too much.
I do too. But again, if they do come out with $20, it wouldn't surprise me, but they've got to make sure there's enough shit in it in order to justify it. $10 is the most reasonable thing in the world.
$12 I think is the most reasonable for
$10 for the base shit, $15 tops with premium server hosting included. But notice how I say premium server hosting.
As soon as you start adding tiers and everything like that, like, oh, this is the better pro or the premium pro. No. As you need to have one subscription. If you have a subscription, you have to have one subscription. $10-12 a month, because listen, you don't have to be subscribed every month for it. Maybe you don't like the cosmetics that come in, in the next month, or whatever the case may be. You can skip 1 month, it's fine. Like, people do that in Fortnite. Like, if they don't like the skin or whatever, I'll skip 1 month and I'll subscribe the next month. It's a choice.
It's not gonna kill me.
Yeah. Also, funny enough, we talk about this, the subscription thing. People will bitch, right? Oh, it's a full price game and you have a subscription on top. Okay, one, if it's all cosmetics, who gives a fucking fuck? Who gives a I don't care.
Yeah,
it's fine.
as long as they're not hiding game modes and shit behind it,
right.
It doesn't really matter. You're not, if I pay $50, $60, $70, $80, whatever, and for a base game, I better get the base game. You better not hide obliteration or some of these other game modes behind fucking subscriptions.
Oh.
That's just devious.
You know what's funny? Was a couple of days ago maybe. There was a leak saying that this year's Call of Duty kind of wants to experiment with that, locking specific game modes on that subscription after in that Black Cell thing or something like that. But funny enough, after people lost their shit reading that leak, Activision came out a day later saying, no, we don't do that. No.
We're not gonna do that.
That leak was on purpose.
Of course not.
That leak was on purpose. That was coordinated leak because they want to see what's the reaction.
Let's test the waters.
Yeah, that was on purpose. That was people don't really realize leaks happen on purpose sometimes from the publisher, developers themselves, because they want to test the waters. That's a legitimate strategy that people, publishers and developers use to get feedback on something that is not released. So, thank fuck, Call of Duty community was loud enough to say no to this, and they're like, okay, we're not doing this. We're not even gonna. So that's already scrapped. Great. I'm pretty sure Battlefield is also, developers, they pay attention what's happening with other games. Battlefield Pro, if this is a real thing that is coming, they clearly look what Fortnite is doing, what Call of Duty is doing, and like, okay, what can we do in our own way? And also, I love the fact that they actually doing this. I rather have this, the monthly subscription thing, than Call of Duty Black Sale, for example. Like, oh, every season, pay one time for this season, you get all this stuff. No. The monthly subscription, that means they want this game to be alive as long as possible. Because if it's a monthly subscription, that means there's a sort of like idea that if they're doing a subscription, that means I can subscribe it as long as possible, and I know the content will be coming.
Incentive.
Yeah, so that means they want to keep this game alive as long as possible, and just that alone is a good sign that, hey, we want to keep this game as alive as possible. We're not doing one-time purchase for your, for subscription. This is a monthly subscription. That means as long as you're subscribed, we'll continue making content, which is fantastic.
Well, there's an asterisk on that, big ass asterisk, and the asterisk is, as long as people are subscribing at a rate where we are still making money.
Yeah.
Because once break even is hit, then decisions start getting made as far as scaling back to get back to profit making. But if those efforts to scale back don't bring the money making back, I'm sorry to say it, EA's not going to give a shit if 20,000 people are paying $20 a damned month or not. If they're not making money off of that, they're not going to do it anymore. It's just business 101. So I would say very cautiously to not think that just because people are going to pay a monthly stipend for something, it does not follow that that thing is going to live on forever. It will help with longevity, yes. But at some point or another, attrition of the player base is going to hit, attrition of the paying player base is going to hit, and money is going to be lost. And they're not going to want to do it anymore. It's a fact.
I think it's because this is the Battlefield Pro subscription. This what they're working on is designed for free-to-play players. So Battle Royale is coming one way or another. That means loads of free-to-play players will check out the game. And that's the way to monetize them. Yeah, sure, you can sell skins and everything, but when you have them on a regular roll, you have some sort of income coming regardless. That's more than as. Honestly, there's a reason why loads of companies, not even in video games, just anything these days, why companies want to do a subscription, because it's a very predictable income.
It's a surefire. It's not even really income. It's a surefire way to just generate revenue. That's it. It's not even
on a regular
income.
basis. Yeah, on a regular
basis. Income is what you've got after your costs and everything are factored in. So it's just revenue that's coming in. There needs to be revenue being generated, and we get it. This is all the business side of it, and this is the boring side of it. And I'm sure the viewer retention right now is just going to fucking plummet because it always does when we talk about this shit. But it is facts of the industry. If you spend $800 million to make a movie and the movie only makes $500 million, it doesn't matter how good the fucking movie is in the business side of it. As far as the publishers and the producers are going to look at it, that is the $300 million net loss. They're not going to want to do that again. That's a failure. And I know a lot of people out there get that shit conflated wrongly. On the business side of it, it doesn't matter if the game is bad or good. If it sells, it's a success. If the game is narratively good, but it doesn't sell, the bean counters are going to look at that as a failure. And unfortunately, it's not the creatives that are making these decisions. It's the bean counters that are making these decisions. There are some studios out there where the bean counter and the creative are one and the same, and you can tell what those studios are. Rockstar being one of them. I'm pretty sure Rockstar does not give a flying fuck what half of their bureaucrats have to say about the budget and on shit. They want to make a product. They want to make art. They're going to cook. They don't give a damn. CD Projekt Red, very similar. They are very adamant about making a quality product for the most part. Now, granted, they got probably a little overzealous with Cyberpunk. Let's not forget that whole fiasco, but still.
Right, what do you mean? It got best ongoing game reward at Game Awards, even though
Right.
it's not a live service game.
But I hate Game
Awards.
It was still
I
a
hate Game Awards.
fucking veritable disaster at
Yeah,
launch.
I hate Game Awards with passion, by the way.
But still, CD Projekt, there are companies out there that care about the product more so than the profit, and it's fine. Unfortunately, Electronic Arts is the opposite side of that spectrum. They really don't give a shit that much about making art. It's apparent in the games that they promote and the games they care about, versus the games that they just say, all right, we'll publish you and we'll quietly say something about you and that's it. How many like really good indie titles has EA published that are arguably really great games, really good games that have not really gotten a whole lot of traction unless YouTubers picked it up and did the fucking advertising for EA?
Actually, they have what's it called? I forgot what's it called. EA.
They do an indie showcase here
Yeah,
and
yeah,
there,
yeah.
but
They-
again,
they-
it's not like they put fucking marketing levels in it like they would Battlefield,
No,
Madden, or FIFA.
Not to those levels, but
Yeah,
no,
let's
but to the last
because
5
those are the bread
years-
makers.
Yeah, for the last 5-7 years, they've been promoting a lot of indie games. They've been publishing a lot of indie games. I
Right,
forgot what's it
again, and
called.
I'm not saying they're not, but what I'm
I
saying
mean, like,
is that the level that they're promoting these games, like an indie game is getting 5 seconds worth of attention versus, say, again, the Battlefield franchise, or there are other major franchises that they release annually that are their breadwinners. The amount of advertising and shit that those games get in comparison, that's what I'm getting at. I'm not saying they don't promote. I'm just saying that the rate that they promote indie games is fucking minuscule compared to what they should be promoting is the art, the things that are going to break molds and make people want to come to your company more. They're not promoting. They're just saying, here's more for the trough. Eat up, piggies.
Actually, no, I'm just thinking about it. So, let's say Battlefield Pro, right? Not only you include, gameplay, stuff, right? Like, as in gameplay, as in cosmetics, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, just to enhance your game, right? Because, what about just include, exclusive, content from developers? Maybe explaining, hey, we decided to go with the skin, how we designed the skin, what was the idea behind it, all that kind of stuff. Like, maybe just add something exclusive, for people to be invested in the character, whatever the case may be, like just like something like that. That would be cool.
Yeah,
And-
reasons for me to make it individual and make it feel like it's something that's mine and not just a copy, cut, paste like everybody else gets. I mean, yeah, I want that shit too.
Yeah, so something like that will be really cool. But yeah, so yeah, Battlefield Pro, apparently that's a thing that is coming.
I just want to know if we're getting platoons back. This community
Yeah,
side of
yeah,
it.
they really need to have platoons in the game.
I
They
really
need
miss
to.
those tools. I miss having that stuff. I mean, I'm probably not going to use it as much now because I'm older. But who's to say that the younger generation isn't going to appreciate that shit?
But here you go. You get more emblems and more customization option by subscribing Battlefield Pro. You get more customization for your emblems or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
There's ways to monetize this without being too greedy, honestly.
There
Like-
is. They just have to do the work and they have to look at it. They have to put their ear to the ground. They have to see what the community actually wants, what they're willing to pay for, and what is valuable to them. And I mean, it's not like we're not saying it. I mean, we are. We're saying it loud and clear. The question is whether they're going to listen and do anything, or if they're just going to go, I don't wanna, cause money.
I don't
and
wanna.
It's hard. And can we just do like the bare minimum? I don't want that shit. This franchise doesn't need that shit anymore. It needs to just go big or just move on. Is what I'm saying now. This needs to wow. This needs to blow the fucking lid off of everybody's skulls. It has to. If it doesn't,
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to be talking about the next iteration because 2042 was supposed to do that, and it didn't. And now here we are where it's a precipice where I feel like this is the last shot the franchise has to turn it around, and it needs to. And if it fumbles and it fails, we might not be talking about another one again. I fear that's what's coming.
So just to end on this Battlefield Pro talk, I just got a quick mention because I just remembered. So like I said, Epic Games has that, with Fortnite Crew, right? And funny enough, every time you buy something on Epic Games, on PC, like through their system, right? You get some sort of like cashback, basically. You get 5% back. Like, if you spend $10, you get like, I don't know, was it like 50 cents or some shit?
Perks.
Yeah. So you get 50 cents back, and you can accumulate all that money as you continue to spending, and you can just you get free money, basically. It's not free money, but
Eventually, at some point, if you buy enough, then you'll get enough in order to get something for free.
So that
which
was
is good incentive.
That was 5%. Yesterday, they announced they're increasing that from 5% to 20%.
No shit. So that means for every $5 that you fucking spend, you're gonna get like $1.25 back. That's pretty good. That's really good.
So I've been a subscriber for Fortnite Crew for like more than 2 years, and I already got some money back, and I did spend on some bundles and everything because, well, I had the money, basically the free money that Epic Games got me. But as I'm paying $10 a month for the subscription, and now they increase into 20%, I'm like, I get $2 back each month. I'm like, and I already have some money saved from just, being a subscriber because I got the money. Like, that is insane. Epic Games is just on a different level, right? On a different level. Like, you have a reason now to spend money in the game. Like, it's just insanity.
It's
so
just
imagine
a prime example of listening to your market. That's just all there is. Epic does for what Epic doesn't do sometimes, Epic does do a good job at that. They are very good at just putting their finger right here and going, okay, we kind of, for the most part, get what you're getting at. Let's go. Let's go.
So imagine Battlefield Pro. EA does it like, hey, you can get some money back, and like, whatever. Like, you have more reasons to be, if you're a free-to-play player in Battlefield, playing your battle royales and everything, and you subscribe to Battlefield Pro and you get some money back, I'm like, yeah.
Like, if I knew that every 6 months I was getting a month for free, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. So that's why,
that's usually how the time frame works out, is that every 6 months you get the free thing, which, I mean, it's cool. It's mobile games do that shit, and I mean, as much shit as I give mobile games, in some aspects that they have produced some good things into the market in order to kind of help out with AAA gaming, but for the most part, yeah.
But yeah, that's the Battlefield Pro. I just want to mention that because, like, yeah, I think that's a really cool thing. Other than that, I just want to mention this quickly as we end the podcast. Just quick mention on the website. Last episode, me and Andrew talked about the website and everything. So we have the foundation for the website. We know how it wants to work and function and everything, but there's still loads of work that needs to be done. So if you join Patreon as a free member, like, doesn't matter. Like, if you join as a free member, you can test the website yourself and give us feedback. And if you do so, I'm thinking maybe do like a giveaway for this Patreon. So if you join as a free member and you give us feedback, I'll give you a subscription for free for a month or something like that. I think that's a perfect instant. Like, yeah, I can give you a Patreon subscription for a month. So I'm thinking this. So if you go to Patreon, I haven't posted it yet, but when you're gonna be listening to this, it will be on the Patreon. So if you join the Patreon for free and you go on our website, also it's only PC right now. The mobile version of the website, it doesn't work. It looks like shit. So don't use it on mobile. So if you join the Patreon and go test our website, how it looks and everything, how it functions. Maybe you can give us all the honest, real feedback about the website, how we can improve it. And if you give us just a good feedback, I'll leave a link where you can actually just write to us and give us all the feedback. I will send you a free Patreon subscription. No, like, if it's 10 people, fine. 10 people will get a free Patreon subscription for a month. We just need the feedback for the website to see how, because it's
what more of an
only
incentive do you need, kids?
Yeah, it's not only for us, but it's literally for you, because the website is there for you to be used in the future, wherever the case may be, because website is really important, because it kind of became a really important side project for the podcast, because it will just help us to grow to levels we can't really, like, it's important. It just is. So, if you join as a free Patreon member, please give us feedback on the website, on PC, on desktop, right? If you have a laptop, you have a...
Yeah, we know the mobile version's garbage.
We know the mobile version is...
with that.
Mobile version will be fixed, but at the moment, we're just still trying to, it's about the foundation. We kind of have the foundation now, but we still need to figure out the looks and everything and so on. So please join please join the Patreon, get the link from there, and give us the feedback, please. And if you do send us the feedback, I'll send you the subscription, like for free for a month. My promise, my promise.
All right. So, with that having been said, next time we wrap this up, we get some more shit. We will have more shit going on for the next episode. We're hoping. We need some more news and stuff. EA, come on.
No, I think we had a good conversation. Honestly, we could even push this episode even more. Honestly, we could.
Yeah, we could. I have cookouts and stuff and fun stuff to do today with family. Well, not with family, we're friends, but we need to get a little bit more substantial news out of them. Like we kind of need like a decent information drop so that we can get some juicy details and kind of.
Next month is going to be probably
the direction
busy.
we're going. Yeah.
Next month is going to be busy. I can tell. That's why I'm like, I rather talk small stuff here now, get it out of the way, and walk on the website. Then next month is going to be busy. I already can tell it's going to be really busy regarding news and everything. So that's that.
I like it. So, that having been said, thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. If you've made it to the end of this production, for the most part, as far as viewer retention metrics go, guys actually are. So, thank you very much. You know where to find us. You know how to look us up. All of our social media accounts, links in descriptions, and what have you. Please engage, leave comments, like, subscribe, and check out our Patreon as always. And that offer is always on the table. You leave some feedback on the website. Get an absolutely 1 month free of the Patreon. No questions asked. So that having been said, until next time, you know who we are. You know where to find us.
Peace.
Good night, everybody.